briefly. I think, was it Honorable Ayarga?
Yes.
Yeah. He has said it all. He was being too diplomatic. You see, the problem we have now is that there is no EC. We have absolutely no EC. The EC chair and the whole of his commissioners see themselves as part of the executive. That is the truth. And the dangerous thing is that they have had the backing of all independent state institutions that have emboldened them. Do you think what is going on, the answers will lie in Parliament alone? In fact, the courts have the responsibility to check errant state institutions such as the EC. But the EC has been given that, what do you call it, to have the bravado to do what it is doing. Because everybody is even afraid to challenge them out. Look, if you read the Abu Ramadan cases, Abu Ramadan and Joshua Nimako cases, they went to court, the same Supreme Court then, and were able to make a case that some persons found their names into the electoral roll using forms of identification that were not absolute proof of citizenship. And the court ordered auditing of the register. And the EC chair then, Charlotte Osei, painstakingly on the orders of the court, had the register auditor identifying those who used, for instance, the NIA card, because according to the plaintiffs, then those cards did not indicate citizenship and therefore was not fruitful. The audited register claimed to the satisfaction of the court, endorsed, and was used in the 2016 election. Upon coming to office of the MPP, immediately that register is back. This EC chair found this same clever way by gradually making excuses, justification, facial identification or recognition technology, and all the excuses and whatever. They got the endorsement of the Supreme Court. The old register was annulled. He had the green light to compile a new one, making all the flamboyant and mouth-watering arguments against all logic. We queued and went and acquired a card. 2 years on, the same EC is making another excuse. Who at all do they take instructions from? The executive, or are they acting independently? And they appear to be acting in certain unison with the NIA. These state institutions will plunge us into chaos if they are not checked. You see, the EC chair makes the argument that its decision to repeal the existing public elections registration of voters CI to replace it with a new one, that the EC was trying to comply with the ally on the use of Ghana card. Now, the EC chair is, however, not minded that its duty or the EC's duty to ensure that as many people as are qualified as Ghanaians or citizens as defined by Article 45 and 42 on elections is paramount. But it's rather in a hurry to go and comply with an ally, a subordinate legislation, which talks about the use of Ghana card. This whole argument will have to be tested in the Supreme Court. But who is going? Who has the boldness to go? Because all that the EC chair is doing and those backing her is that they are driving us gradually to go and test it. And the fate is like before. So they know that the matter will not end in Parliament, but it will have to be determined by the court. Does a card determine one's citizenship? I don't think that Ghanaianness or Ghanaian citizenship, as defined by the Constitution, can be reduced to an ordinary card that has been, brought into being by a statute, be it a primary legislation or a subordinate legislation as an airline. I don't think that goes to redefine citizenship. Our citizenship can never be determined in terms of the holding of a card. Otherwise, if after 10 years or so my card expires, then I cease to be a Ghanaian. I think the EC chair is a lawyer and must think as such. And those backing her and giving her all the kind of legal advice, you see, I've always said it that, look, a good law in the hands of a bad person, as Honorable was being diplomatic about, I'll put it bluntly, a good law in the hands of a bad person is like a kitchen knife in the hands of a murderer. Ordinarily, such an implement is not a weapon, but give it to a murderer and see what you make out of it. What this EC chair and in fact the government of the day have done cleverly is to take our laws, look at the various unclear areas which were, the laws that were passed for legitimate purposes and explore them to their advantage, to the detriment of their political opponents. This EC chair must understand that the EC is not subject to that so-called airline, but rather the Constitution. It must take steps to expand registration, to be inclusive, to have as many people as are willing and qualified to be on the electoral roll, and stop this restrictive approach. I am speaking with so much passion on this issue because as we speak, and the EC chair is aware that the Huawei High Court on the 30th of November 2020, that was just 1 week to election, ordered that certain individuals, potential voters, who had been denied their cards on the basis of some of these illicit challenges that were raised at the polling station and orchestrated by the government of the day. I'm talking about the Akan constituency. As many as almost 400 individuals were denied their cards, their voter cards. And what were the basis? If you see the three main reasons that were given by the challengers on the challenge form, the dominant one was that they were Togolese, they were not Ghanaian. I have persons from Adanfor here living in Akan constituency who were told that they were not Ghanaian. I have people from Pando. Someone who is, this individual, Adanfor man, was even an assemblyman holding previous voter cards. Some have driver licenses and all those things. They went through the process, but on a silly allegation by someone that they were not Ghanaian was enough to deny them their card. What kind of system of election management will tolerate this kind of nonsense? I think Jean Mensa has become so proud and bold, but you see, as said by Okonko in Things Fall Apart, if you see a little bird dancing in the middle of a pathway, its drama definitely is in the nearby bush. There is something good in this EC and his chair on to do what he's doing. some extent, the NIA also is becoming sickening and nauseating. Look, they can carry on this, playing little tricks, expand registration and not to be restricting it. I can say on any authority on any day that no Ghanaian needs a card, call it passport. The so-called ECOWAS card, which is not even sanctioned by the law. They call it Ghana card. Is it indeed Ghana card or ECOWAS card? Where did the name of the card derive is? On what authority was it even labeled as ECOWAS card? On a treaty or on a statute passed by Ghanaian parliament? You see, there's so much lawlessness going on. No one needs a card to be a Ghanaian. It is enough to prove your Ghanaianness by the requirements of the Constitution. It's defined once you can show where you come from in Ghana, who your parents or grandparents were. It's enough. It is only a matter of convenience that there will be some form of identification. And they should stop disturbing us with this nonsense. Enough is now. We're getting angry because, you see, this EC chair and those backing her don't understand the pain of Ghanaians. What it takes to go and queue to get a card. Go to the Oponglo office of the NIA this morning and see the queue. People go there and spend days and go back home. They don't care. They shouldn't add to our pain. They sit in air-conditioned offices and come out and sit in another air-conditioned car, chauffeur-driven, with security around them. So they don't understand what the ordinary man feels. You see, the slave master definitely doesn't understand the pain of the slave. This is the attitude of the EC and most of the state institutions of today. They do not understand the pain of the ordinary Ghanaian because most of them sit in their offices and through protocol, they acquire their cards. In voter registration, most of them don't even go and queue. It's protocol. If they know the pain of the people in my village, what it takes to go to the district capital, where some people have not even been to before, they will understand that what they should be doing is to bring the processes of registration to the doorstep of Ghanaians and not to cause them pain. They seem not to understand this. And it's about time that we call them to order because the nonsense is too much and we are getting angry. It's getting too much. They are breathing on us. And I think that, look, we have so much pain in our neck. They should go out there and talk to the ordinary Ghanaian. How they eat, how they find food, the next meal. When they wake up thinking about where the next meal will come from. And you want to add so much pain at this time where there is so much hardship, poverty, unemployment. To add to this, it looks as if all that is going on and the economic meltdown that we are facing doesn't concern these state institutions, the EC and NIA. They think voter card or NIA card is food that Ghanaians eat. They are annoying us, and I think they should be told